terrible.
Exactly.
All
He
right.
says it's mediocre, which is bullshit.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mehvies.
12 out of 10. The
Kevin, this is
movie.
episode 13.
Yeah. The movie gets 12 out of 10.
Okay. So, yes, as you could probably figure out, we are watching The Dark Knight, the
The
best
greatest.
film ever
The,
made.
yes, the single greatest achievement ever produced by mankind. There is no film that is better than this.
Um, what would you say, Kevin, that, God, I was gonna say something really stupid, and now I don't know what it was. Okay, so,
I arrived
oh,
from a week in the future.
hi,
What
Ben.
do you mean?
You
What do
do,
you mean a week in the
Woo!
future?
you do realize you
I
could have
was
just,
watching Justice League Part 2 of the stream.
Ben, you do
That
realize you
film
could have
was
just time traveled the old-fashioned way, right? Taking the long way
what
Yeah.
around.
old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I mean, Brainiac 5 gave me this time sphere
Because,
that's
like,
really neat.
you had to go forward in time to be on next Saturday's stream, but you already had to go back in time from there to be on Monday's stream and today's stream. So
Yes.
you
That
could have
makes literally no logical sense.
you could have just saved some plutonium and stayed in the regular timeline.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
The
I mean,
time
I made
sphere
that
doesn't
rash
require
decision.
her
There's no going
plutonium.
back on it. I mean, I
I'd-
could go back in time and tell myself not to do that.
Okay,
if
don't
ever
do that.
think- would
Okay,
just free up.
just we're already.
And he's gone.
I guess he went back in time to tell himself that he needed to not. Did he just Marty McFly himself out of this timeline?
I think he
Ben,
might.
did you
have.
Marty McFly yourself out of the timeline?
Oh, everything went dark, and now I'm back. I don't know what happened.
All right, so we're watching The Dark Knight, and we're not going to have any more time travel shenanigans. So, at least not until next week when Ben pops up, and he will not have known any of the shit that happened here. So,
Oh God.
everybody ready? Everybody get the movie queued up.
Yep.
Is it the
You've got-
director's cut of it, or the
There is
original?
only
There's no-
one cut of The Dark Knight.
All right, good to know. I don't know why my copy says director's cut then.
Oh, for God's sake.
I hope you didn't.
3, 3, 2, 1.
Play.
I hope you don't have some
There's
fan edit or something.
I got it off of the usual place, so it couldn't be.
I mean, they've got some fan edit stuff up there, or they did.
So, fun story.
Oh God.
Yeah, I actually ended up seeing this before I saw Batman Begin. And it's because I didn't even know, there was a new Batman movie back in 05.
I did, but I think I saw, like, I'm trying to remember what exactly, because I definitely saw The Dark Knight after I saw Batman Begins, but I'm trying to figure out like when exactly those would have been, because I saw The Dark Knight right after it came out on DVD.
Ah, there we go. There's some IMAX.
Yep.
At least when this movie switches between aspect ratios, it doesn't give you a fucking headache.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Because it doesn't do this with every shot.
Although I will say Aquaman gets dangerously close to that in some places.
Nah. He's just waiting for his clown car to show up.
So who's ready to watch the best Batman movie?
I mean, we already are.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The Batfleck film hasn't come out yet.
Damn it, he's right.
I'm not sure.
Fun fact, all of the dialogue in the IMAX scenes is completely dubbed.
Huh. makes sense considering, they're wearing masks.
Well, it's mostly to do with the fact that 70mm cameras, oh, yep, that's Master Lock for you. Never use Master Lock in any circumstance. They are incredibly vulnerable to the most basic of attacks. But yeah, all of the dialogue and most of the sound effects in IMAX scenes are dubbed. And that's because the on-set microphones were picking up the tick, 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 ticking of the IMAX cameras. Because, if you look up the size of IMAX film reels, one that holds like 25, 30 minutes of, one that holds like 25 to 30 minutes of footage, I think is like
I gotta
the
admit,
size of a
it
small
really is
table.
impressive how the Joker was able to coerce these guys into just killing each other.
Yeah.
Or after each their tasks
Yeah,
were
pretty much.
done.
Yeah, I really like how he did all this. Like, this is a piece of masterful setup.
Yeah, for sure. There's just no debate on that.
Ow. And here we have a lot of practical effects in this movie as opposed to quite a bit of CG. And as we can
Nice
see that
shotgun.
this is not your ordinary bank. This is a mob bank.
Which is why they were trying to reach a private number and not the police.
911. Yeah.
Yep. Although I know a
I
few
respect the banker.
yeah, I was gonna say, I know a few bank tellers who would love to take the sawed-off shotgun approach.
Yep. Oh. Ow.
Oh, well. There he goes.
And this mask here is based on the mask that Cesar Romero wore in his debut in the Batman TV show.
And people
did not
say
know that.
it's funny how this movie and the sequel end up taking some liberties from the Adam West series.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Because
It's one dead
consider,
man.
if you will, and Hathaway's design, Inez Selena is very reminiscent of Julie Newmar. This guy's gonna buy the biggest, floppiest shoes in the entire world.
I'm gonna buy the biggest clown car in the entire planet.
Oh dear. Hey, wait a sec. What?
The one about the crush shoe.
At first, I thought he reacted a bit too early, but then I realized, no wait, the debris actually hit him.
And you know, if you never get real close to the back of those school buses, those bumpers stick out a lot further than you think they do.
Oh my
Yep.
god! Why?
I guess they didn't tell the bus driver about the plan. And it's like, that guy's just going along. He's like that guy's like a criminal from a Marvel movie.
Clownlessness. And there's the best Joker design in live action.
Yeah, no debate. And one of the best introductions ever.
Yep.
Oh my god, the fucking...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I didn't notice the string at first when I watched this on DVD.
Yeah.
I had the Blu-ray.
Why doesn't he let go of it, though?
Because he's driving it away. He has the...
No. I think he's talking about the manager. I think it's due to the fact that his arms were, the fact that he was shot and he couldn't really use his arms.
Well, yeah, he got shot. He couldn't really use his arms. And, fun fact, the human mouth can't really... You know how the human mouth can, like... You can open your mouth and put a light bulb in, but you can't take it out? That thing's kind of flanged at the bottom like that.
Yep. Why is it that one female detective is... She looks eerily similar she looks to be she looks
Slightly
she
like
could
Renee
be
Montoya.
yeah, I was gonna say like she appears to be. It appears like they wanted to use Renee Montoya, but they didn't. Because I know this isn't her. Well, I mean, yeah, he's busy doing Batman shit.
Yep.
I like how Scarecrow is just kind of, just an average drug dealer. Or because
Average.
he
He deals
lost
some
a lot
pretty
of his
strong
clout.
drugs.
Yep.
Well, that is fair. I mean, come on. Aw, Roddies, they're cute. Then feed them.
Yeah, why don't you feed him, dickbag?
Because he wants them to be attack dogs.
There's multiple Batmans.
Batmen.
They're multiplying. They're multiplying.
And you
Jesus.
can tell that none of these guys are the real Batman because they're using
And
not just
hockey pads.
well, I was gonna say, hey, they're using really shitty guns.
Yeah.
There's the real
And
Batman.
I was gonna say, here's the real deal, and fuck those guys' cars.
Yep.
Collateral damage. What's that?
Loiter. Intimidate.
Oh.
Collateral damage. What's that?
There he
Oh,
is.
that's badass.
Ow.
A little bit of bionic wrist stuff
Oh.
there. Which
Yep.
I kind of wish they'd have a bit more of stuff like that in these things. Because Batman all too often and is just kind of like a guy in a suit in some of these films. And like Batfleck, I 110% believe could do something like that with his bare hands, but Battinson's a goth
And
kid
Batman
with
is totally dead. Oh, never mind.
yeah. Battinson's a goth kid with a gym membership. He doesn't have
Oh, not
absolute unit status.
not only that, but but he somehow had, despite having the biggest weak sauce armor imaginable, somehow is
Ooh,
able
here we
to
go. Oh.
somehow is able to take on foes with machine guns.
The body armor isn't terrible, but
It literally blocks all the machine gun fire, or like
No,
it's
where-
nothing.
That's
shit,
great.
he's right. Like, seriously, Alex, he just walked right through a hail of gunfire and didn't take a single hit.
yeah.
That's definitely part of why I don't like that movie. Oh, hi there.
I love how he just appears out of nowhere.
Well, that's kind of his shtick.
Yeah, I've got a couple of scenes of Batman just appearing out of nowhere.
And you want me to write all of those?
It's gone.
Did you see that one parody video where it's like if they could actually see if Batman leaving?
No,
Like,
but that
Batman's just
sounds
running
great.
Like Batman's
Yeah,
just
that
running
sounds
away. He's like,
great. You just send us that video. That sounds great.
at some point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alfred is about to deliver Bruce his lozenges due to how messed up his throat gets after doing that voice.
Oh, look, I figured out where the guys from Watch Dogs got their idea for a secret hideout from.
The Bat Bunker. You know,
Everyone's got to have a bad bunker.
Funnily enough, I feel like again Urobuchi might have seen this movie, considering considering the arena in which Kiritsugu and Kirei fight at the near end of Fate Zero.
Now, this is also around the time that Christopher Nolan's films start getting mildly unintelligible if you don't have the volume turned up.
Very
or subtitles.
True. This is why I have the subtitles on, because I need to hear you guys.
Yep.
Patrick Batman needed to go return some videotapes.
I love the movie, but there are some parts where I'm like, please speak louder.
Well, I mean, in the comics, you guys were besties. Oh, hello, not Katie Holmes.
Batman be like, I'm gonna steal that chick.
I will say that I didn't notice the first time I watched this, even though I did watch them in quick succession, that, fuck, I don't even remember what I watched these in relation to, you know? But who knows?
I saw this film in theaters with my dad when it first came out, I believe.
I saw this movie in theaters with my older sister and one of her exes.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that made me kind of think that this and, the Batfleck movies were supposed to be connected is the scar pattern on their backs is very similar. But that could have just been an accident.
Excuse me.
Aaron Eckhart, who is a very underrated actor. Unfortunately, after this film, his career will take a nosedive.
Check him out in Thank You for Smoking.
Because trust me, this man has not been in a good movie since this one.
Oh, hey! It's Eric Roberts. Another underrated actor.
Who, in one of our viewings, has voiced Mongol in the Justice League animated series.
Yes.
Ouch.
How the hell did you get that in there? Slight subversion of the
of the typical origin story of Harvey Dent.
Yeah. Everybody would have been expecting the acid in the face there, but it gets Dent over with the audience.
Yep.
You know, I just kind of thought about something. If Batman's always at the night, why don't criminals just do crime in the day?
Because then everybody else can see them. At the very least, and you know, Alex, at the very least, Maggie Gyllenhaal does have enough of chemistry with some of the cast that
Maggie Gyllenhaal's a good actress.
It's an easy transition between her and Katie Holmes.
Yeah. Huh. So I knew that.
Plus, at the very least, she does kind of look like her.
I knew that Aaron Eckhart was in Battle Los Angeles, which is a movie that I liked, but wish would have had a hell of a lot less shaky cam.
Who joined us?
Mason.
He was also in the movie Erased, aka The Expatriate, which is a film I've barely heard of. Then he was in Olympus Has Fallen and I, Frankenstein. Then London Has Fallen and Sully. Sully was a good film. Midway is a Roland Emmerich movie, so no interest.
I got HBO Max, Ben.
I know, but this will help you.
Eh,
By the way, Alex, never mention I Frankenstein in front of me again.
Dracula.
How many?
I hate this blood pressure medicine I'm on. It's probably why I'm tired all the time.
Hello, tired all the
Yeah,
time.
most
Name's
people do
Kevin.
that.
Nice to meet you.
They upped my dosage to 100 milligrams
Jesus
last
Christ.
week.
Meanwhile, well, I mean, he's not a white knight in the sense, but the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't have plans for you.
Gee, I wonder who Batman might be. Might it be the guy in the giant black tower?
Bruce Wayne is Batman! That's absurd.
Wayne is just sleeping.
That's absurd. I know Bruce Wayne. If he's Batman, then I'm King of England. And people say I'm crazy. Kevin, you've got to know what the reference is.
I believe that's college humor.
No. Not at all. Far from it. This was actually from a Batman the Animated Series episode where Hugo Strange figures out Batman's secret identity.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Never mind. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. It's Bruce Wayne. By the way, Ben, do be careful with streaming. It's try to mute the audio. Mute the audio on your stream.
I told you I told him I have HBO Max, so
I know, but I don't know how
You want to be able to turn your head when you're driving the car. I'm like, oh, that's something that I'm sure Michael Keaton would have loved to have back in '89.
Yeah.
Ben
Bruce is here to steal another girl.
Oh, look at
Batman
that. It's
tomorrow.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. Natasha. She looks more like a Yelena to me.
Bitch, he owns this place.
It's so funny. Bruce Wayne with his flex.
You
I
did.
bought the bank. You mean we can't move the tables together? That's it. I'm buying the place.
I mean,
ordinary. I wouldn't call the Batman ordinary.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, he kind of goes around dressed in a Halloween costume, beats up bad guys every so often. One of those even being a guy who some people have tried to make leather shoes out of.
Very true.
The somewhat subtle foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Sure about that? Put that underneath Bruce. Put that on Bruce, and you might be able to see him. Plus, some people would identify I who you are with that very recognizable cleft in your chin, Harvey. Screen junkies, or not screen junkies. Riff Tracks has often mistaken his cleft chin for an ass.
This just in, quarantined Koof just got his account suspended because of catballs.
Of course.
Jim lost another account.
Keffel's mass flagged his Twitter, and
Well,
we saved.
we'll cover that
saved
on
this-
Monday.
but on a brighter note, ISWV Reports is no longer on Twitter.
Awesome.
Or it'll
Again, save it for Monday.
Yeah, I'm at street. Oh, wait.
Okay, scratch that. More on Monday. Back to you, Kevin.
CRT TVs.
We're about to see one of the best Joker scenes, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure they also wanted to use Harvey Bullock in this movie series, but they didn't feel like it would work. Isn't Hong Kong separate from China?
What's this
Alex?
movie implying?
That the Chinese government are
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
run by Winnie the Pooh.
We just been banned off YouTube. Bye, guys.
Winnie the Pooh.
I thought
Winnie
my
the
jokes.
Pooh made off with your cash in a big honey pot.
Pooh Bear, Winnie the
He's gonna show a
Pooh
magic trick, guys.
Bear,
He's gonna do a
ruling
magic trick. He's
China.
gonna do magic.
This is one of the
Oh!
most brutal
Whoa, it's
scenes
gone.
in the entire history. Oh! No blood.
Just went straight through the eyes.
God, I've seen this movie I don't know how many times, and that still fucks me up every time I see it.
Yeah, it's great.
I ended up trying to watch this movie on the way back home from Florida, in order to basically get some material. Not funny, man. Mine were cut off.
My kitty cat wants to listen to you guys, so the kitty cat is sitting right next to me now.
Well, I mean, the Batman was a really good show.
Now, the licking
last
his lips
for 5
thing was
seasons.
actually because that was what Heath Ledger had to do to early versions of the makeup to get it to stay on.
Yeah,
Because the prosthetics started falling off, so he'd like lick it to moisten it and keep it sticking because it was drying out too easily. And they fixed it, but Nolan decided to keep it in the movie.
And I feel
If you're
like
good at something, never do it for free.
I like how we have two different examples of ad-libbing throughout quite a bit of the performance. And we have Heath Ledger who has ad-libbed quite a bit throughout this movie. And then we have in the MCU Tom Holland ad-libbing quite a bit just because, he's new.
Enough from the clown. I love this scene so much.
I also love how all of his strings are purple like his suit.
Yep. It's like, aw, that's precious.
He actually has a card. I love it.
I have to assume that there's a...
There might be a phone number on there. I don't know. But
It's so like Heath Ledger's Joker really is the best.
yeah.
It's so good.
Like as much as I do like Jared Leto's version, this is the iconic one.
If Jared Leto's version was in this movie, a trilogy, Alex, let me just say, that Batman would have the urge to kill him with an axe, to the tune of Huey Lewis and the News.
Hey Jack, do you like Huey Lewis and the News?
They're all right, I guess.
Again, what's the movie implying?
He'll get him to sing show tunes.
He's gone.
Yeah, even when you have your eyes on him the whole time, you just don't know when he's going to leave. What's wrong with a phone call? So what? So you know how Bruce is going to provide a decent distraction, and as an excuse for why he's going someplace, he's gonna hire a couple of prostitutes and then talk about his
Morgan
fondness
Freeman
for
alone.
Phil Collins.
Say, I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about these strangers like me.
He's more fond of Susudio.
Oh my gosh.
He'll also need a couple wall-length mirrors.
Why didn't you tell me about that before? Oh.
He was about to, but then he just poked around. Maybe even pit bulls.
I feel like it's a Catwoman reference.
Batman versus the Cheetah.
Cheetah wins.
But the Bat has a natural propensity for seducing cats.
Well, I mean, he did get her to kiss him in Justice League.
Love Boat billionaire absconds with entire Russian ballet.
He then does two of them to the tune of Susudio. Alfred's about to get some. Now getting Mason's pussy. He was talking to us. In the meantime, some guys just totally killed the Joker out of the blue. Hello.
The pussy seems to be an inside joke running gag in the server at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Unfortunately, the same can't be said about Kevin's dogs, because Kevin's doggos are quiet doggos.
For the most part. I'm surprised he's not even trying to pull a gun at this moment. You know, Alex, how did you feel about Martin Billany's rendition of this with Bakura?
I like the like posing of Bakura as like Yami Bakura as the Joker. Because Yami Bakura is exactly that kind of psychopath.
Ooh.
Damn.
He likely slit his throat. Because cutting at the mouth would not have killed him.
No. I see that's one thing that always kind of confused me. I'd have had him, a shot of him slicing it and then stabbing it in the neck and twisting. Obscured, but oh god.
He's making it
that
so
was
that
This movie-
confusing, but I see what they are going with.
This movie is so much more brutal than a lot of ours.
and it's still PG-13 because
Yeah.
we don't actually get to see it. I like how the IMAX X cameras are used for mostly skyline shots. Of course.
Yes, because you don't have hacking machines in every cell phone yet. If I'd have had a Huawei, it would have been different, right?
Whatever it is you're accused of being. I have a spare. You can keep that. Okay,
It's
then.
like, oh, okay.
I like how the scene in China in this actually has, like, relevance to the plot, unlike the
Yep.
scenes in China in a lot of fucking movies.
Like Transformers 4.
Transformers 4 is slightly different because the end of the film takes place there, but,
The one with Marky Mark.
Sadly,
yeah,
yes.
Transformers 2 is the one where it doesn't make any sense.
So stupid
I
a
tend to forget
caveman
about those
watched it.
films.
Because they have that whole opening sequence that's totally awesome, but has no impact on the rest of the movie.
Ooh, and
So
here's another
stupid a
neat
caveman
skyline
could
shot.
watch it, as James
Yeah.
Rolfe put it.
You
That's
know,
an
I
awesome
told
shot.
I told our new guy Scooty about like sure Batfleck has killed people, but at least he wasn't a psycho about it like Keaton was. And then he points out
Yeah.
oh like well, I don't know about that. And I'm like, oh, you're talking about Patrick Batman. This was like a while ago before he joined the Discord server. And here we have Batman having planted C4s. Oh dear. Of course.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's the goddamn Batman, isn't it?
The who now? Someone I found out about.
Couldn't have been.
Out from some rando clown man.
Couldn't have been a Chinese superhero, could it?
No, if it were
No,
a
we have-
Chinese super...
We have to import American superheroes and make shitty knockoffs of them.
You know, there is a Chinese Superman, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Then there's also a Chinese Batman, Chinese Wonder Woman.
Chinese Hulk.
There's a Chinese. Oh yeah.
What the hell am I paying them for? Hey, Bruce is actually doing what he said he would do with the suit. He's base jumping.
Yep.
That shit's awesome. I'm so glad the Arkham Knight games copied them. Arkham games, I mean,
Yeah.
You can definitely tell.
See, this
if
Batman
any
isn't.
of-
See, this Batman isn't bulletproof like Pattinson. Pattinson would have sat there and been like, "Really, guys? Come on."
I do want to say, for anyone who has actually played the Arkham games, you can tell it took a lot of inspiration from these movies.
That's
Well,
because
yeah.
Arkham Asylum actually started life as a tie-in game for this movie, I think.
No, it didn't.
Really?
Well, that was the
Arkham
idea.
Arkham Asylum was actually started development a long time ago. Like that was
I just
back.
remembered there was a Dark Knight game on mobile and had Goku as the voice of Batman.
Oh, that was
That's
Dark
Dark
Knight
Knight
Rises,
Rises.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was saying, Arkham Asylum started as one of the one of the games that was in development for or DC, which was going to be 3 different games between in the Flash, Batman, and Superman. Only Arkham Asylum was done.
Hey, it's the Fulton recovery system.
Woo! Here he goes. That is
It
terrifying.
literally is the
Leaving my
Fulton
fan.
recovery system. Batman,
Yeah.
Batman just big bossed one of the people he was after.
He
Yeah,
just
I'm
Metal Gear
sure
Solid
Christopher
5
Nolan
with
must have
dude.
played Metal Gear.
Please deliver to
that was-
Lieutenant Gordon.
Yeah. Because that is literally something you could do in Portable Ops Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes / Peace Phantom Pain.
I mean, that's usually how things are. Oh, plenty. Mr. Anderson. A lot of things. Could be a Fortress of Solitude.
Alright, let's...
He's eating pancakes. It's great.
Yep.
Oh shit.
And they actually have enough evidence to put an arrest warrant on them.
Wow, things going right in Gotham. I wonder how long that's going to last.
And a Joker card in my...
We plead
Hey,
loudly and
why?
comically. I'd like a large cheese with pepperoni. That's not what I meant. And you know it. Well, that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
Take a seat, Harvey. They are too busy staring at his chin, wondering if there's anything in between those cleft.
Oh,
And
geez,
me.
okay, that just scared me.
Oh man.
You know, if this were College Humor Batman, and someone would be like, well, he's sleepy. Joker must be into Slim
Won't the
Shady.
real Batman please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
I don't think Joker likes College Humor. He hated him so much he killed him as Batman.
Well, I mean,
Remember those freaking Batman versus the Penguin?
yes. Oh, this is a good one.
Now, all of Joker's camcorder footage was shot handheld by Heath Ledger.
Well, at
That's
the very least,
awesome.
it's more handheld than any of the Paranormal Activity films.
Yeah. No, that's because the Paranormal Activity movies and most found footage films add more camera shake than ever actually happens because they add all the camera shake in post.
Of course.
I'd like to see what Battle Los Angeles would look like if they didn't have all that camera shake in there, you know?
God, it's chilling. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, Heath Ledger.
Oh, man,
Man.
rest in peace, you magnificent bastard.
He died
Yeah.
before this movie even came out,
Yeah.
which is a damn
Wasn't he
shame.
rewarded an Oscar for his performance?
Yeah.
I think he was like the first actor to win an Oscar after his death, right?
I believe so,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. A shame. Such a shame.
If I remember correctly, he had some kind of sleeping disorder and an undiagnosed lung disorder.
He overdosed on sleeping pills.
Yeah, so he had this medicine for his breathing problem that kept him awake at night. So he used sleeping pills to try and counteract that. Sleeping pills are real fucking easy to overdose on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't.
I didn't know that. You know, I didn't know that.
That's why even when I have trouble sleeping, I just power through it. I'd rather
Yeah.
take caffeine the next morning than wake up dead. You know?
Yeah.
If I ever take sleeping pills, just one pill. I never really take more than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know you could overdose on those easily. That's scary.
You know, he saw Harvey's business card and saw that there was a watermark, and he just couldn't accept it. Come on, Fred, you're not even in this chat with us. He saw the meme I shared to you, Alex. Check the memes. Someone's down there's like, hey, fuck you, buddy.
Ah!
No, because I wasn't in the last movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think she was.
Well, this is
I think-
it was a different actress.
Yeah, same character, different actress. At the very least, she's consistent with the characterization.
Tom Cruise, I love you, man, but you'd have stayed married to the girl if you hadn't stepped all over her fucking career.
Ooh. You know, it's funny how this movie has Commissioner Loeb be played by a black guy, and then in Arkham Origins, Commissioner Loeb is a short white guy.
You see, I broke into your homes while you were out and took well, some of you I had to take
Jehovah's
hairs.
Witnesses, ma'am, you're coming with us.
Some of you I had to take hairs out of your hairbrush. Harvey had a bit a few too many used condoms lying around, and so I just scraped some DNA off the bottom of my shoe when I stepped in the front door. Avi, I'm going to need you to pay for my AIDS treatment, or AIDS testing if you actually wind up to have it. Dear fucking God. Learn to clean up. There's a fucking toilet in the bathroom.
You know, Loeb, maybe if you were to take these threats more seriously, you wouldn't and have given that response. I mean, come on, the Joker's got connections. If he was able to get your DNA, I think he knows how to spike your drink. We're really going to do this right now in front of all these people? I mean, sure, but come on. I thought we had a bit more decency. Not that. Oh, thank God. No, it wasn't his drink. They put something in his glass.
I've been just knocked out.
Ouch!
Oh, she's dead.
Yep. Oh.
I love this. This is fucking great.
Fun fact.
This whole scene
Fun-
is golden.
Yep.
Yeah, this scene's
Oh, and fun fact, this
fantastic.
is one of those scenes where Heath Ledger was ad-libbing.
Yep.
Mostly because of the silence and the fact that Michael Caine forgot his lines out of fear.
Yeah, that was the first time he saw
Ledger.
Yeah, he saw Heath Ledger in the makeup.
And then he's like, wait, seriously? Nobody? Come on. So he tried to lighten the mood just with this.
I love that.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Look at him disarming the shotgun. So badass.
See, this is something we miss in bad guys. Ledger's not afraid to get into your personal space. I mean, I pointed this out in Iron Man 1, but still. You really think I'm a thug? I mean, come on. Look at me. Like, really look at me. Even Maggie Gyllenhaal was quite intimidated by this guy.
I mean, who wouldn't be? Especially if you haven't seen the makeup before. It's just, ugh.
I love how he starts
And
he starts quote unquote preening himself.
Yep. And you know, I find it interesting that every Joker actor has been given like the Killing Joke and whatnot to help with some material.
Yeah, that's a good piece of source material.
I like how story keeps changing.
It's also It's also
Hey, if you're gonna have an origin story, you might as well make it multiple choice.
yeah, it's also kind of
Very
funny
true.
how the every casting the Joker since Heath Ledger has been, well, they've taken an extremely handsome man and put him in incredibly ugly makeup.
Because yes, Heath Ledger was a pretty boy. I mean, if you've seen A Knight's Tale, you would be able to tell that.
Mm-hmm. Or his last movie, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, I believe.
Oh,
Ooh. People say I have a sense of feistiness that's irresistible. Ow.
I like how Batman just shows up in the middle of the fucking party. And nobody questions it, because that's just what the fuck he does.
Yeah, that's very Joker-like to just have blades in your shoes. Oh, I heard that phone snap.
What if I take off this mask and there's another mask?
Very poor choice of words.
I mean, yeah, he's not wrong. That was a poor choice.
And Batman does not think to use his grapple gun.
Nah, he's got to fall in style.
Well, at the very least, his armor could take the impact.
Yeah, but could she? That's... By all rights, she should have been Gwen Stacy'd by that.
I think the point of that was mostly that he put herself over him so that he would take the full brunt.
Yeah.
At the very least, the film grain in this movie isn't trying to sand my eyes off.
No, but that is partially because Christopher Nolan is a fucking idiot and decided to have it all scrubbed out. Granted, this film was shot on much higher quality film than the Batman Begins was, but, you know. Usually when grain is trying to sand your eyes off, it's because somebody fucked up in the scanning process, or they ran a sharpened filter over the film in post, or somebody added digital noise to try and soften the image.
TCMU.
Yeah.
Look, Judas Contract looks amazing, but still. When are we gonna get a 4K of that movie, guys?
Maybe with a much better master? Oh, who are we kidding? It'll just be upscaled from the
Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Hey, it'll still look good. I mean, this is the quote for the trope known as for the evils. Joker's just doing it just because he can. He doesn't have any particular ulterior motive. He just wants to stoke some chaos.
True. It does make me wonder, though, if Bruce did surrender himself, would he just give up?
That's... See, that's the thing, like Joker would be fucked up by that. Like, if Batman was just like, okay, here I am, it'd be like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Because the whole point of Joker is that he's out to fuck with Batman and, like, every other person that he can.
Yeah, Joker...
And if
Joker doesn't actually want to kill him. No, he just wants to mess with him. Nah, Joker would have gone after them anyway.
The way you said that's so funny. That would have fucked him. Never changed, done. Never changed.
I kind of feel like Superman is the exact opposite of the Joker in this regard, you know?
Yeah. For sure. No
like
doubt.
some men aren't looking for anything logical like fame or money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with.
Some men just want to
save the world.
Burn.
I was thinking more along the lines of some men just want to save the world.
Yeah, that's true too.
Some men just want to save the world.
Well, that's true. Like if anybody was like trying to figure out what Superman was after, that would be their reason. That would be the answer they come up with. It was like, holy shit, this guy's just. Oh, I love this. I love this so much.
Maybe.
The Bat spaceship.
Really, Reese? You want to
Let
threaten
me
Batman?
get this straight.
Fine,
You
one of the
think
luckiest, most
that your
powerful man
client
in the world is secretly a vigilante. Spends his nights beating up criminals with pulp in their hands. And your plan is to blackmail this person?
Good luck with that.
Good luck. He's then like, I think I've made a mistake of some kind. Oh, I think you have.
You'll get a $2 bill every month with a bat symbol drawn on it. Just to remind you how badly you fucked up.
And I like how the pacing of this movie kind of goes from one scene to the next.
Yeah, it's a very well-paced film. It's got a lot of snap to it.
Yeah. Vroom.
Yeah, the guys who made Watch Dogs definitely watched this.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
who
sure.
wouldn't? So, which part of Chicago would you say this film was shot in?
I've only been to Chicago once in my life.
Well, we know that it is shot in there because the God damn it! And why do you have to have a point even when you're stating the obvious, sir? It's nothing. Just do your thing.
Commissioner Loeb was a giant fuck-up. He couldn't stop fucking up.
Oh, jeez. And we see that Joker's guys have taken the position of the various men in this area.
I love how he just drops into the Batman voice here.
Well, as to tell them, yeah, Batman's here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I really wish
Joker knew that Bruce would investigate this area, even if it.
And we're about to get we're about to get one of the shots that,
Oh, that's...
up, there's Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's
He
the
act-
only scene you
it's
see the
actually
Joker without
impressive.
My
makeup.
great aunt has shared pictures of him in this uniform on Facebook, talking about how, oh, he's a veteran who was wounded in the war.
Hmm.
I doubt that.
This is the same woman who has shared pictures of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's saying, repost this if you're not afraid to have Jesus on your wall.
Oh my god.
This is the same woman who shared a picture of the cast of Tropic Thunder saying, we appreciate our Vietnam veterans.
Ooh.
She's
Oh.
she's old.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the fact that the guy had...
Officer
Rachel Daw-
Rachel Dawes, yeah.
Yep, Joker has labeled her as the next target.
Excuse me.
Henry Dent's a dumbass.
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent. Yeah,
Henry-
whatever.
Henry Dent is a different character. Henry Dent will be
Oh,
name of a new
goodness.
character
Barbara is Jim's wife in this universe.
No, that's actually the name of his wife in most of them, anyways.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so his wife and his daughter have the same name.
That's weird. So would
And-
Babs just be Barbara Gordon II?
That's the weirdest thing. Like, a lot of women share the same name
Unless-
as their mother,
No,
but they
wait.
don't.
No, wait. Unless, of course, her middle name is different.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's kind of how it works with me and my dad.
Okay.
Like, even though we share the same initials, my middle name is not the same as his. Well, at least this film isn't trying to kind of give me induce a seizure in me.
Okay. Barbara Eileen Gordon versus... Okay, so we have absolutely no idea what Barbara Gordon's middle name is.
Right.
Barbara Eileen is her mother and Jim's wife.
Goodness, you must have been quite young when this film came out, Alex.
I was 11, yes.
Yes, I was 14.
Man, how old was I?
I was 14 when this film came out.
This is 2008, right?
Yeah, July 2008.
I still
I
can't
wasn't
believe
even
that this
that-
film was released that long ago. But
Yeah. It doesn't feel that old. Or even look that old for that
But
matter.
it's
I was 10
14
years old. What the
But it's
hell?
14 years old.
I'm not gonna
Fuck.
kill you.
God
I'm just
damn.
gonna hurt you real bad.
Rawr!
And guys like him don't have friends. What if he... It would have been hilarious if he, like, took the mask off and the skin of his jaw came with it, and he just had the Batman Beyond mask underneath it.
Oh my god. Have you gotten to seeing that show yet, Alex?
I have not. I love I have a couple of Batman Beyond action figures from when I was a kid, And I just love that bat suit so much.
Well, that bat suit is in Arkham City.
I actually have all of the Arkham games. I just haven't really played any of them except for Arkham Origins.
You're gonna need to stream them then.
Yep.
You're required to do so. I've done it.
The
and
Wii
so
U,
you should.
the Wii U version of Arkham Origins will be the one that I play, I think.
Quite a bit. And I'm sure.
But he's not wearing a giant S on his chest, Bruce.
You want to know something funny? The I Am Legend movie ended up having a Batman Superman film on one of the
Yeah, with
one of
the
theaters.
what was it? That era's World's Finest logo on it, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember reading those World's Finest comics around that time. They were really fucking good. That was the same ones the Superman Batman films we watched were spun off from, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You know what we could have done? You know what they could have fucking done? It would have been really fucking cool if they'd have made like just an entire Batman Superman World's Finest series, you know?
That would have been great.
Well, I mean, we only got the 2 animated movies, but even those were still really good.
Yeah.
Like, there are parts of the movies that are better than the comics, and
even more of those.
here's the thing, Alex. There are parts of those films that are better than the comics, and there are part of the comics that are better than the films.
Yeah. I just would have liked it if they'd have had
It's an
more
it's
of
an
those
even
films.
balance. It's an even balance, really. And I like how Hans Zimmer has like this consistent leitmotif for or like various parts in the Batman and movies.
Yep.
Because that's how filmmaking works when it comes to score.
That's something that I love about Hans Zimmer's work and James Newton Howard's work as well. Leitmotifs
And Tom Hulkenberg.
Yep. Tom Hulkenberg. Danny Elfman used to do that back. He used to do it. And he's doing
Horner
it again, thankfully.
James Horner, and then there's also the Magnificent Seven. Then there's also Michael Giacchino. Oh, you can't say that he hasn't because The Incredibles exists.
The Incredibles, his Star Trek scores, those are really good scores. They're not as good
as... The Spider-Man scores were pretty good overall, but it's like, it's hard to top Danny Elfman and James Horner.
Yeah.
So, he did have at least a theme for Spider-Man that he used. Too bad they keep...
Let's see.
And meanwhile, we have this press conference.
Now, James Horner also did the music for a bunch of the Star Trek films. And there were really good leitmotifs throughout those as well. I believe he also did the scores for Alien and Aliens. Yes, he did. And he also did the score for Avatar.
Harvey, at the very least, knows how to put on a good face when things are at their lowest. So, Alex, when I pitched to you the idea of like Harvey dragging Bruce over to the circus is to see the Flying Graysons And how did you feel about that?
That's a pretty good idea. I do like the idea of them being friends.
That was kind of something from Batman the Animated Series that I decided to take liberties from. Weirdly enough, out of all the rogues in the Batman, Harvey is not among any of them. Which is weird. Because they have so many other rogues in that show. Even with some of the designs are a bit mixed. I just... Like, Bruce was willing to turn himself in, but then Harvey made the decision for him.
I wouldn't say he's letting Harvey take the fall for this.
She misunderstood what was going on. Like, she doesn't have the full context. Like, even Bruce didn't plan for this part.
And that will be his downfall.
I wonder who that masked driver is.
Show me your moves.
You think it's Captain Falcon?
Absolutely.
You know, hold on a second. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Oh, he doesn't. He makes his own luck.
I like how we see that the silver dollar has two faces on it. Yeah. Yeah?
Captain Falcon in the F-Zero GP Legend anime is not voiced by Ryu Horikawa in that.
Huh.
To which I'm like, blasphemy.
Oh my god!
Joker
Damn.
just like... Joker's just like, yeah, no. Oh my. A fire truck that's on fire.
Taking that to its literal extreme.
But it's something that sounds like something Joker would do. Oh.
Here comes one of the best action scenes in this entire movie. And one that was done practically, by the way.
Yep.
There are minimal CGI touch-ups. Very, very minimal.
Yep. And
it's actually incredible.
Yep.
Like, if
Christopher
this movie
Nolan
was made today,
certainly
it would all be
knows how
CGI.
Oh man.
Hello, my
Steve
name is
Blake.
Optimus Prime, and I'm here to fuck up this action scene.
I just want to
Slaughter
say,
is the best medicine.
I just want to say, if this was made today, this would all be CGI. All of it.
More to the
don't
point, if
remind
it was
me.
made by Marvel Studios.
I was going to say that, but I thought that was too predictable.
Marvel Studios, The Dark Knight. We didn't have any fucking sets. Joker's lips would be fucking
It's all
CG.
green screen. It's just all green screen. Even the
Yep.
actresses are CGI.
Yep. Even
Something
Zack
a lot
Snyder
bigger than
shoots-
this.
Even Zack Snyder had as actual sets for his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Zack tends
Unless he's
to
filming in
use...
his backyard.
Yeah, well, Zack tends to only use green screens for stuff where you have like these big rolling landscapes in the background that you can't really recreate, you know? Like,
Yeah,
if
that-
you want a specific image in the background,
Oh my
that's
god!
those guys are fucking dead.
Yeah, those are definitely some dead garbage men.
Yep.
Criminal garbage men, but still garbage men.
Collateral damage. What's that?
How many times have we said that quote?
I think it started
Um,
in.
Man of Steel.
No, it didn't start in Man of Steel. It started back when we were still doing DCAMU movies.
Ah, yeah.
Damn! He literally just blocks it with the car. That's awesome.
Well, shit.
Boo boo.
See, if this were the Arkham Tankmobile, it would have survived that easily.
Yeah.
Or hell, if it were the Batmobile from BVS, it would have survived that.
The
Probably,
Batmobile
yeah.
from BVS required literally running into Superman to even be damaged.
Yeah.
And then of course parademons were able to damage it.
I love how he's just humming.
Autobots, transform and fuck up. Ow! That was my ass. You know what would have been neat? Transformers tie-ins for this movie.
You know, that would have worked so well.
I want a transforming
would-
Batmobile.
No,
Batman
remember-
would find Batman would find every conspiracy plan needed for the Transformers, but then he realized, no way, I could just use an EMP.
No,
Like,
guys,
I
remember
want the
fucking-
Batmobile to transform into Optimus Prime.
Guys,
That wouldn't
remember
make
the
any
trans-
sense.
I know it wouldn't
Yeah,
make
no,
any
no,
sense, but
hang
I don't
on.
know how it would work.
Hang on. Remember the Transformers Death Star were turned into Darth freaking Vader?
Yeah. You remember that the
Remember
How do you feel about the Bat Cycle?
I really like this version of the Bat Cycle.
Yeah, it's my favorite version, easily. Its reveal is also phenomenal.
Yeah.
Also, what were you saying, Don, about Transformers?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, what would
And
you
look, Michael
think?
Bay, real explosions.
What would
Oh,
you
shit.
think that if like what? Yeah, okay. So, what superhero-related vehicles would each of the Autobots turn into?
I
Hmm.
don't know.
Because
Optimus Prime being the Batmobile.
you'd probably have what's her name as the Bat
RC?
RC as the Bat Cycle, and then
Yeah.
okay, Superman doesn't have a vehicle. Well, so
Jetfire could be Wonder Woman's invisible jet.
yeah, Jetfire could be Wonder Woman's invisible jet, and I because like Superman is Optimus's obvious analog. Oh, I love that. I love how the Bat Cycle rolls like that. But Superman
Oh, and I love.
doesn't.
Oh, and this is also practical.
Now they did.
You know, I
Yeah,
do wonder
they
if
edited
Harvey
out
just...
the they edited out the undercarriage of the Bat Cycle,
Oh.
but yes, this is mostly practical.
That's just it's so good. It's one of the best practical effects I've seen in the movie.
Oh
Yep.
my god, I love how slick this Bat Cycle is.
It's so
And
good.
Joker's like, ah, God. I'm still alive somehow.
Come on.
Oh, God. Ah. He's just out of
Running
it
into
right
the
now.
cord. Hit me. Hit me. You know, I just kind of realized something. If Harvey just arrested Bruce Wayne, you think any of this would be happening?
Probably. Like, I think Joker would probably just, like, kill everybody and then move on. But he'd probably also have an existential crisis before he was able to move on, so, you know.
I mean, he kind of did have one in that one Batman the Animated Series episode where Batman was supposedly killed by this rando.
Oh, I remember that episode. That was a good one.
He actually attempted to kill the guy who killed Bruce.
I like how he attacks the random grunt for no reason.
Yep, Gordon's alive.
I loved this reveal when I first saw it.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal reveal.
He was wearing a bulletproof vest and he faked his death the whole time.
That's a great line, though.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, he just got kidnapped, didn't he?
Look at all those knives.
It's a lot of fucking knives. It's just a tiny baby knife.
And then we'll be getting.
Is that a fucking apple peeler? Jack, is that an apple peeler? Jack, what did you expect to do with that apple peeler?
He was expecting to peel some apples.
I like how he just does.
And by that I mean eyeballs.
You're drunk?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to spoil by then. You might as well interview me now, because I'm already starting to get rotted to the core.
Remember when Commissioner Gordon became Batman and had this giant mech bat suit?
That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
Let me guess. Comics?
Yep.
Yes.
Of course.
I think it was after the new 52 Batman's temporary death.
Oh god, they've killed Batman like, what, 3, 4, 5 times now? They've killed him more than they've killed fucking Superman.
I remember this specifically. This is during when Superman lost his powers and had this Kryptonian-like powers, kind of. Kryptonite, I mean.
Well, I mean, your insides would hurt after an average session at Taco Bell.
I must have insides of steel, because I've never had any trouble.
This is why we don't smoke green rocks, folks.
Yep.
Something bad happened. On it.
Hello? Oh, and fun fact, this was the first scene shot for this movie.
You know what?
Oh,
I'd do the same thing, because this is a great fucking scene.
It's probably one of my all-time favorite Batman Joker scenes.
Yep.
One sec, I'll be right back.
Yeah, Gordon should have drove him himself, honestly.
I've worked in places that have lighting like this, and let me say, it is exactly this creepy.
I love the lighting on his face, Joker's face. It's so good. You know who would make a great Joker? Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that'd actually be a really good choice.
I can see it.
You know, fun fact, Johnny Depp actually was one of the people who replaced Heath Ledger in the, Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Because
Damn.
Heath Ledger's character transforms into Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, and let me see.
I mean, Johnny Depp wouldn't be able to surpass this performance, but he would have been a good one.
Okay, it was
Some
it was
people actually-
Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell.
funnily enough, some people speculated Johnny Depp to be playing a version of the Riddler.
For some reason, I thought Orlando Bloom was in the film as well, but no.
There was a funny parody of this scene where Joker just could not understand a word Batman was saying because of the voice, and Joker, instead of getting anything incoherent, just keeps on getting punched in the face repeatedly.
You know, the funny thing is that the beating was real. Heath Ledger encouraged Bale to beat the shit out of him for the movie.
Well, I mean, Bale is the American Psycho, so
Yeah. Heath Ledger is his perfect counter.
Yep. So many people did analysis of this scene, and it's just amazing what they bring into the table in terms of the analysis. Ooh.
I like how he goes rogue for a minute there.
Oh.
Yeah, demonstrating that Joker is as intelligent as Batman.
God, that performance though, like Jesus Christ. Like those hits are real too. Like the performance.
Yeah, I mean, Batman doesn't even has literally nothing to threaten Joker with. Like, Joker does not attach himself to any one person or people. And thus revealing Batman would rather rescue Rachel than Dent.
I've wondered how this film would have gone down if Batman and Robin had been set up between.
I actually had a thought on that.
Like if
Jason in where Rachel is and Harvey, or either Jason where Rachel is and Harvey in one area.
Okay. That would work.
Though it would be weird considering. Though I would have to establish like a different thing because I can't do it within the confines of what we've got going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we wouldn't be able to.
We wouldn't be able to do that unless we felt like making a lot of changes.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that. No.
No, because we only have. I think we've got Batman Begins, Batman and Robin, and then The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I feel bad for this big guy.
I hear voices in my head, and they count to me, they understand.
So this
They
guy is
talk
Randy
to
Orton.
me. They talk to me.
And in spite of Rachel's apparent fear of what's going on, she is not just going to, oh, she doesn't spend her last moments in fear, or she's spending her last moments trying to help up Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Which I feel is quite a bit of strength in her character.
Imagine
Know
if
what I
Harvey
mean?
just stood still. He would have never become Two-Face. I feel like.
He would still be, deranged.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because even in Batman the Animated Series, he still had that troubling split personality. Big Bad Harv, he calls it.
Yeah.
It may be a silly name, but when you hear the voice that comes out of his mouth, that is scary. Ooh. That's also some foreshadowing. Ooh. What Joker said.
Yeah, he's
Like I said,
baiting you, man. Oh,
what
that's
Joker
awful,
said is
though.
also.
Oh.
Some part of me would have also wanted to put Harvey Bullock instead for this scene. I'm a fan of using.
Now, if this is our, we're thinking our universe, who are we putting in place of Rachel? Like we've got Batman, we've got Robin. Batman's
Vicky
going after.
Vales.
Okay.
Well, obviously we're not gonna have this scenario. No.
Well, Batman's
'Cause
going after somebody. Hey, who would Robin go after?
Probably Dent.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's nightmarish. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is some body horror shit here.
Yep.
Ah.
And there was some C4. There were some explosives inside of him.
Oh, did the man like Huey did Translucent?
I like how the Joker was like, "Oh, it wasn't bigger."
No, that's later. She'd rather they save him instead. She's willing to face death with dignity. Thus, we see the truth behind her character. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ian Alex?
Yep.
Just hard to watch. God, it's haunting.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh! Oh, and also Arkham City actually took some liberties from this game.
And this is a realistic
Oh, for sure.
interpretation of Flame. One of the most realistic and fewest realistic interpretations of
You know what I'm betting
of how
Joker's
flame and
wondering?
heat works. What?
He's wondering if that cell phone trick would work on the "Can you hear me now" guy.
That guy
Seriously,
is a Hollywood screenwriter. He's written like a couple of movies.
Look up the riff tracks for this movie. It's amazing.
I had to do that at some point for sure.
But serious. And here,
That's a great shot of Batman being standing there.
Mm-hmm.
no way, I think I had a better. No, never mind.
Love
Never
how like
mind.
the tail side is broken.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
the
a
tail side
1920
is burnt. The tail side is
something
burnt.
silver dollar too.
Yep, 1922 it says, and that's Harvey's dad's coin. He knows what it looks like because he could tell, and he could tell what, and he memorized every single detail from Eld's through the sense of touch. Like he can tell you what coin it is, whose coin it is without looking.
Cool.
I imagine Bruce sitting in this chair mulling about after losing Jason. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he's sitting there debating if he should continue.
I like how Alfred makes that decision just like that.
He's like, yeah, no, this would just break him. It also, when he tries to dissuade him in The Dark Knight Rises, that's also consistent with this movie. Because he tries to tell Bruce the truth, but Bruce was in denial. Ooh. And Harvey just has a breakdown.
Nostalgia made an interesting point. He asked what would happen if this was a two-parter instead and ended right at that point.
That's a good question.
He goes in depth about that. It's honestly a really interesting what if.
Yeah,
It's in his
because
Dark Knight review. I recommend it.
like this is an hour and 40 minutes into the movie. That's more than enough time that they could have called it an end right there.
But no.
Yeah. And the other
no,
half would have been like, well, part 2, and that wouldn't have been too hard.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't want to half-ass this.
Yeah.
They wanted to make a full movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it would have been 2 full movies, but it's an interesting question, though. I thought I would bring it up.
This design of Harvey Dent and that we'll see when he turns his head is something that ends up inspiring the Arkham games.
Yep.
But they made it
and a lot of media after.
But they made it a bit more grotesque in Arkham City.
God.
Wolverine, he just walks up, cuts his hand over his face, and shakes some blood on the wound. And is like, "Walk it off, pussy."
Oh, and by the way, the guy who played Gambit and was also Spawn in that awful Spawn movie.
Oh, that could have been a really good film, and it was a nightmare of CGI garbage. Hmm.
You know.
Is the Chinese guy on top of the money?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, that line didn't age all that well, did it?
You know, these days gasoline isn't very cheap, and I'd go to Washington to do something about it. But it seems like Joe Biden's doing a good enough job of making that place an den of evil. I really don't need to do anything about it now, do I? I mean, have you seen his latest speech? He was straight up channeling Darth Vader.
I like that.
About sending a message.
Great line. Also, I like the callback
Everything
to Hungry
burns.
Dog line.
Yep. I wonder how exactly they achieved that. I wonder if they did that thing where they went to the U.S. Mint and got a bunch of decommissioned currency for that scene, or if they printed up a bunch of currency. You know?
They could.
God, I love the acting.
Yep. He wants to send in Commissioner Gordon, meanwhile, wants to send in everyone. Which one, sir? Everyone! Oh, and I imagine that would be Hot Rod. Alex, I think I know where we're placing Hot Rod.
I thought Hot Rod was going with Tony.
Either one works.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
be
right.
realistic. Yes.
God damn, everyone's trying to
I
take
love
this guy
how
down.
they immediately like grounded the arm with the weapon and stripped it away.
I'm pretty sure the guy, Hans Zimmer did the music, right?
Hans
Yeah.
Zimmer did
We-
most of the music. James Newton Howard did bits of it.
Because I recognize some of the beats being similar to the same music he did in Pirates, like the dun dun dun. You know. I love his music, though. By the way, I just want to point that out.
Hans Zimmer. Absolute masterpiece of a score every time.
Oh God. I did not realize it was him
Well,
before he
that's
took off the
because
mask.
he had his eyes
I was
closed. He was
told
looking
somebody
down.
needed a sponge
Oh,
bath.
you know, that's a good point. Okay.
In some manner, yes.
Yes, yes, you definitely do have a plan. You dressed up like a nurse. You fucking cross-dressed like you were Bugs Bunny to get in here. So what's your fucking plan, dipshit?
Some part of me also wanted
Ooh,
to
Bugs
include
Bunny.
include
Well, we
include
can't
Harley.
reference that. This is a Warner Brothers production, after all.
Some part of me wanted to have Harley just try to use her clout to sneak Joker into the hospital. Because you know
isn't
how
that...
she was a professional.
Hey, ain't that Harleen Quinzel? Didn't she get disbarred because she was, you know, oh, fucking nuts?
And then
And
she
also,
just shoots.
and also
Then she just
crazy?
shot the guy. And then she just shot the guy.
Harvey's like, get your ass over here.
Get over here.
That's how little effort he needed just to make
God,
things
no.
chaotic.
The CGI on his face is amazing, but
Yeah.
terrifying.
God.
Like the eye.
And it's in the bright daylight, too.
Oh.
The MCU still hasn't gotten here.
No, and
Just look at
this
She-Hulk.
movie came out the same year as Iron Man.
How is this possible?
I mean, Winter Soldier, or it was still all really good with how they used their stuff.
Yeah, it's around like phase 3, phase 4 when everything started to look like shit.
Civil War or had some clunky bits, but it still at least looked like a finished product.
Yeah, there's some stuff where,
Man,
like,
I
if you
like
have a big
Civil
enough
War.
screen and you're looking close enough, the CGI looks kind of janky, but it's...
Even someone like Bob Vitz pointed out the fact that Cap's hand clipped through his shield in one scene. Yeah. Ooh, now this is good.
Oh.
Up.
Oh,
and Harvey lets him go.
Got lucky.
I'm looking at the CGI on the face, and it's like, oh.
Damn.
I feel my whole body cringe with that. Yeah. Like, I'm getting full body cringe looking at this,
Oh. And thus Reese realizes, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have done that. And then we get another ad-lib scene from Heath Ledger.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
This scene is awesome. This is all real, by the way.
It's actually parodied in Family Guy.
Yeah.
I just want to say this is real. Like that explosion, real.
Yep.
They blew up an actual hospital.
Yeah, they found a hospital that was scheduled for demolition, and they blew it up themselves.
And then Joker,
Save
and
them
then
the money.
and then Joker's just like, wait,
They're supposed
that's it?
Yeah, it's like the explosive isn't working. So Heath Ledger is staying in character because he knows they can't do this again.
Yep. He's like, oh, there we go.
It's so good. It's great.
I love that.
Oh.
So good. You can't top this Joker scene. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, they
I don't
had-
care who.
They had exactly
care.
one take for this. Because they were actually
care
blowing up
who-
this fucking hospital. Although that
I
is
just wanna
stock
say-
that is the stock explosion effect from the General Series 6000, I will say. But other than that,
I just want to say, I just want to say, I don't care who you get to play as Joker. You can't top that scene. I'm
no,
sorry.
you'll
you just
never
can't.
be able to. You'll never, ever be able to.
It is the perfect Joker scene.
Uh-huh. Jeez, the bar is just full.
Excuse me.
What in the hell?
That's not good.
And I have a feeling this particular bit inspired the part of the detective vision in the Arkham series.
Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt.
I like how Batman tries to take the high ground at the end of this film, but he's also like,
Violating several laws.
well, he's violating laws here, but he's a criminal. He always has been, and this isn't. This would have probably worked a little bit. You know, this would have been helpful in the next movie, we'll say.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Alex. The next movie makes it so that... Or the end of this movie makes it so that it can't... Oh my god, why? Why would you do that?
Oh!
How did they do it?
That... No, why would you do that when half of your face is...
Exposed muscle and flesh. Ah!
Like, did you guys see the alcohol leaking from like the openings of his face? How did they do that?
It was CGI, but it was really fucking good CG.
Oh,
It's
this is...
so good.
And yet, they couldn't fix Cavill's lips. Not
In
10
Justice League.
years later.
That film hurts still.
I love... This is also before the NSA thing was revealed, you know? These days, it'd be the entire city. And then
Yep.
some. Because some people have multiple cell phones. See, this is how you can tell that Batman is, you know, more ethical than most
Billionaires.
well, most anybody these days, because, well, there's a lot of shit going on these days about, you know, data collection that, well, you know, let's just say that this would not be an invasion of privacy these days.
No.
Yeah. That's what he wants, though.
And unfortunately, because of the next movie, the mayor is not long for this world.
Mhm.
Yep.
And they're escorting Eric Roberts off the film.
Yep, there he goes, cane and all.
Oh, hi there. Can't hurt your chances. Okay, then. Couldn't hurt your chances. His exact words. Your driver. Ooh.
Oh my god!
I love how Harvey has just stopped giving a shit at this point.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's just, I don't give a
Like,
fuck anymore.
he is goddamn suicidal.
Did I just see Snoop Dogg for a second?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was just like, I saw him out of the corner of my eye for like half a second, and I was like,
Yeah, what's Snoop Dogg doing here?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, here we go. The game begins.
And here we go.
and if you guys are wondering why I'm using Mark Hamill's Joker,
It's because Mark Hamill's Joker is the only Joker I can really do. I've tried doing Heath Ledger's Joker, and it doesn't really work out as well as Mark Hamill's, so you get what you've got.
Well, it's been fairly simple for me, of course.
I think your voice is more similar to his than mine is. Because mine,
Ledgers.
yeah.
I've practiced.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
you've
unlike
never met
most people,
Peyton, have you?
no.
I need to make the two of you meet and have him do his Heath Ledger's Joker voice because it's 100% perfect.
You know, just for shits and giggles.
You see, it's not a prank, it's a social experiment. It's not committing crimes in public and ruining people's lives and endangering my own. No. This is a social experiment. It is definitely 100% necessary to this quote-unquote scientific social experiment for me to pull down my pants and walk around dressed like a chicken in the middle of traffic. A
Adam
mask I can't
West?
see my head out of.
If you're wondering why these riffs always go in a very strange direction, that's because I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm making them up, and they just kind of go off as a string of consciousness.
See if you could find Peyton and invite him to our Discord server.
I shall.
choice is yours, and yours to make. I mean, come on, have you seen them?
Oof.
Ouch.
At least he's an equal opportunist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. Gee, I wonder.
Hmm.
Huh, so Gordon was going to give him some time?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he does have some faith in Batman.
Yep, like he always does.
It is kind of unfortunate this is the only time we see the white bat eyes.
Yep. Ooh. And Jim does know what that means. Meanwhile, King Shark just makes a
Oh
claim,
shit.
makes a model of Peacemaker, or out of one of the out of one of the explosives. Peacemaker.
This is part of the reason why this story has to be established before Batman and Superman meet. Because Superman kind of fucks this entire plot up.
Yeah.
I love the idea though that the hostages are look like the bad guys.
God,
Yeah, that's
how many
kind of the
films
whole
copied...
point.
How many films copied this after this?
I don't know if any did. Did
I don't...
they?
No, I remember quite a few of them did, actually.
Did
Because
they?
there were a bunch of films that tried to do the, like, you know, disguise the bad guys as the hostages thing in like 3 or
God, that's
4 years
freaky.
after this. Yeah.
Joker's got the Roddies with him.
And Batman has no choice but to go against the SWAT teams.
Yep.
All right, then we got 30. No, wait, never mind. 60. And then we got this big guy. Oh, you better be careful. You should have thought. You should have thought a bit more carefully about what you say.
Now, thankfully, since those guys are all tied to each other, they are not going to be Gwen Stacy'd.
And the SWAT team finally figured out, and they're like, yeah, maybe Batman was onto something.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh. 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 Joker's probably hitting the dogs more than he is Batman there.
And now he's hitting Batman.
Probably. This fight's great, by the way.
Yep, it's very visceral. And what
Now, if
I
you look-
love
want...
this scene. I love this scene.
If you looked closely earlier, you could see that Heath Ledger does have quite a bit of muscle on him. It's not as much as Bale, but he does have... He's got some heft to him. So it's not totally unbelievable.
Damn, that's a good shot.
Yep.
It would have made more sense to just turn the damn bat vision off, Bruce.
I love this scene again.
Yep.
I love how one of his eyes is crooked.
Yep, it's the milky one, the damaged one.
Just,
And he just throws it out.
like, that takes guts, man. He sits back down like it never happened.
Oh, man.
And here we go. And even the civilian won't do it. Thus proving Joker wrong. That not everybody's as wicked inside as he is.
I love how they all prove him wrong.
Yep.
And of course, the Joker has a contingency plan to kill them both. Oh,
And Joker, he seemingly dies, just laughs.
Now, by all rights, Joker should be Gwen Stacy here.
But no. He's not going to die the same way Jack Nicholson did.
Yeah, there's a lot of parallels between this and Batman 1989, but
Which is why Doug used this film and Batman 89 for his old versus new.
yeah.
and then he disappears, never to be seen again.
Yeah, kind of ironic. If Heath Ledger had survived, he would have been the one to be the judge in the kangaroo court in Dark Knight
Yep.
Rises.
But they did have a suitable replacement for Joker in that movie.
Look up Channel Awesome's video on Joker in the Dark Knight, by the way, because that is pretty damn great video. I think it was called "What If the Joker Was in the Dark Knight" Part 1 and 2. You've seen it done, right?
I feel like this is a sort of Xanatos gambit where even if Joker loses, he still had that up his sleeve.
Yep.
Because it's even when he loses, he still wins. Or one bad day, but that still gets the point across.
I really liked how the shifting of the camera angles between Joker and Batman's perspective gives this sense of disorientation, because the camera rotated to show Joker right side up.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, you know the video I'm talking about, the "What If Joker" video?
What if Joker was
Ouch.
in Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
No, I have seen what if Tim Burton did Batman Forever?
Look up the Joker in Dark Knight Rises.
I'll have
You'll
to.
love that video.
I really, really
it's-
liked the Batman. What if Tim Burton did Batman Forever one? That was
those videos
amazing.
are great, but I still think his Dark Knight Rises video is the best one. I do recommend it.
Especially
Before we do the next one. Sorry, were you saying, Dunn?
Oh, this is
Also, I like
something
this-
I referenced when I drafted a scene from in Reign of the Supermen to you, Alex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they set it up as Robin Williams as the Riddler, actually, which was the original choice for that film, and that would have been amazing.
Aw, shepherds.
Now, how, with as ruthless as Harvey is portrayed, he's also hanging by a thread. Half his body is covered in fifth-degree burns.
Did you get Alex? I'm sure you saw this College Humor skit from this scene.
God, the
Yes.
CGI there is so good.
Oh God!
Ah, I'm still fucking shivering when I say it.
All
Yep.
It's still some of the best CGI in any movie,
Yeah.
and that's saying a lot.
This movie is 14 years old.
How is
Yeah,
it
and it's-
14 years old? That doesn't seem right.
It's aged so much better than a lot of recent films have.
Even the sequel
is.
aged so much better, and it's 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This film is aged better than Thor: Love and Thunder, and that just came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The music in this scene is really good.
Absolutely.
It's not even an act. It's not even an action bit. It's just very somber. And he's disappointed. He's just disappointed that he couldn't shoot himself. At least it's consistent with how Two-Face is supposed to be written. Like, no matter what the coin says, he has to listen to it.
Yep.
God, this fucking scene's getting to me. Heads.
Yep.
He lives, but Dent dies.
Yeah, see ya. In any other circumstance, he might have survived that fall. As indeed Batman does.
But
But Dent was already mortally wounded. His death was imminent. It was only
Yeah.
It was only a matter of whether he'd die from the shock or something else.
I think I broke my spine. Oh, something's definitely broken.
God, think my back's
know-
fucked up.
there was,
Sure hope,
know-
sure hope a British man dressed as a Mexican luchador doesn't come along and smash my spine down on top of his knee. Sure hope that doesn't happen, because that'd really fucking suck.
I imagine Bane doing the backbreaking via torture rack. How do you feel about that idea?
If he did that a couple of times, that would probably fuck him up worse, yeah. But the spine on the knee is the spine crusher, or is that's pretty solid. Now,
I just pictured the torture rack just because as the wrestler within him.
Yeah. Now I can't tell if it's actually raining on set. It looks like it might actually be raining on set because
Now some people suggested that
rather than using a rain machine, because those raindrops are really fucking small and indistinct, like they usually
some
are.
people say that
on film.
that they should have just framed the Joker for all that, but Batman but they misunderstand that Batman and is choosing to be the martyr.
Yep.
Because Gotham needs something.
Not to mention that like they can pose it like, Joker is chaos, but they can pose it as Batman and doing it on purpose a little bit more or easily, because even though Joker is chaos, it'd be difficult to place him in those, where you can kind of place Batman wherever you need to, you know?
And Alfred makes the conscious decision of burning the letter.
Mm-hmm.
And see, Alex, this is what causes Batman to not have that technology in the sequel.
I know that.
Because Lucius did say, if this thing stays, I'm leaving. He knows that. Even when he's clearly injured. Or he's still determined.
Yep. That's the thing that gets Batman through everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's the fucking determinator.
And thus ends the greatest achievement ever made by mankind.
Yep.
Again, 12 out of 10.
Yeah, that's about a 69 out of 10.
Ben, what did you do to
My
your voice?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I was messing with something.
Ben, how did you... Where the fuck did you get that?
I don't know. Was that a paradox?
I think you...
That was weird.
Okay,
That was weird. I'm
after the
sorry.
show, you're gonna have to show me how you did that.
No, I don't know.
Right.
I think that was I think the
So,
universe glitched on me for a second. Okay,
so this-
69 out of
so-
10. That was a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
Alex,
yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. But
so
only a 10? Done.
this
Only
Sunday-
a 10? Come on.
Because it's a scale
Done.
of 10 out of 10.
No, you
I
have to go
broke it.
higher.
Look, those
So
might
this
be rookie
Sunday-
numbers, but they're also my numbers. I ain't gonna pump those numbers up.
So this Sunday we will be viewing a series filled with adolescents who may or may not be justicing.
So should this
Indeed.
be...
And
Should-
I need to make one more trip back into the future.
Should we
just
be...
so I don't run into my past self.
Should we be watching it on
Wait.
this channel and calling it Met TV? Or...
Yes.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, or should we do
Comics
this...
for All will be riffing on the tie-in comics.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, should we do this on CFA and call it Let's Cringe?
Alright, I gotta go into the future now, but before my past self gets back and wait. No, you're not supposed to be here! You're not supposed to be here! No!
What the fuck was that?
Michael Jai White.
Yep.
You are...
Who is also the voice of Doomsday in the Justice League animated series.
Yes, Michael Jai White. You are a very good actor. You deserved way better than you got in Spawn.
Yep.
They need to make a
Memory of
Spawn
our
2.
friends Heath Ledger and Wick Life. So join, and then for next Saturday, join us for us finishing off Zack Snyder's Justice League, followed by the week after wrapping up this trilogy with The Dark Knight Rises. And as the chanting suggests, we will rise.
Like the sun, we were born to rise.
Because that is what they're saying Deshi Basara translates to.
You know what they should have done? They should have had more original vocal themes for the ends of these movies, you know?
Yeah.
Like the fact that they kind of died off with the Avengers, because Soundgarden recorded that song specifically for the Avengers. So if they'd have done that for more of these films, they could have had. It would have been really fucking good. Like have people like record original fucking themes for these movies, so that you can have, excuse me, a new piece of music that might be associated with the iconography of something, you know, rather than I don't know, trying to ape off somebody else's, like you're a complete and utter hack fraud.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that it's interesting how it took all of the Avengers assembled to beat or to even get to the same amount as this film?
What'd you say?
It,
Same amount of this
it
film?
took all of the yes.
Oh yeah, all of
It-
the Avengers, yeah. Because this movie grossed over $1 billion.
Yep, and so did its sequel,
Mm-hmm.
as it rightfully should have. Because seriously, even though Bane may not be as good as the Joker in this movie, he was still so damn entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is a version of Bane I could definitely picture, even with my headcanon of him maintaining the Spanish luchador or angle.
Like, he's not as tall as Batman, but dear God. Henry Jackman did synth programming for this film. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cool. I like Henry
But ser-
Jackman's music. But yeah,
seriously, what the fuck was that with Ben's auto-tuning?
I'm going to have to ask him about that later because I've been looking for a way to do that live, and I
You want to know something funny?
I've never
There's
been able to do it.
There in the 5th episode of Invincible, we have a villain who has an auto-tuned voice. So how did you feel? So I know it's a bit rough with the skit I had drafted out for our Age of Megatron thingamabobber. But how did you feel about it, and what would be the obvious changes you'd make? Because I know that we're gonna have to work together on this one. I'm just kind of giving the outline.
For The Dark Knight?
No, for the skits I drafted to you on the DMs.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll try to keep things kind of vague here, but I do like where you're going with this. There are some things where we'll have to like rearrange it so we're not just
that's kind of what I mean.
But yeah,
that's kind of what I mean. And I had to rely on like a transcript and the MCU wiki to help with some of the details.
yeah. Like I've done some stuff like that, and I'm trying to. Like, one of the things I'm struggling with for X-Men First Class is that I'm trying and failing to mash stuff together so that it's not just me copying and pasting from First Class, because First Class is a very straightforward story, but I'm also having a hard time. I'm trying to like fit the original material in there. And part of the problem is that I was so inspired by the idea of of What a Wonderful World playing during the Argentina scene. And I think I might just have to create the anachronism and go with it, because I can't, it's the main driving force of the idea in my head, and I just can't let it, I can't come up with anything else. I can't let it go.
Hey, we've made anachronisms before. I think we could afford a few
Yeah,
more.
I mean the MCU had the whole mind the gap thing in it, so we can afford to have have What a Wonderful World playing like 5 years before it was released, and you know,
Yeah.
we already fucked up the timeline anyways with by having Captain America punching out Adolf Hitler at the end of World War II. So, you know, it's not like we can. It's not like
We can't do that.
Yeah, it's not like we can
Especially considering
units.
what else we have planned. Yeah. Not gonna say what. I'm just saying considering what else we've got.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
What?
Oh, sorry, I said too much.
No, I know that part because I've read the book and watched the movie. It's just. And by the way, I played a bit of the. Alright. So, at any rate. So, are we going to end this off?
Yep. So we will see you tomorrow with Young Justice. And
Not tomorrow, Sunday.
Oh yeah, Sunday. Yeah, because I have stuff I'm doing tomorrow. Oh, that's why we're doing this today.
Yeah. So after I get out of work, we'll be doing Young Justice.
Yes, so
probably
we
like
will be
maybe
doing...
maybe like the first 5 episodes. I figured we could get out of the way.
Yep. We're going to be doing some Young Justice on Sunday. So, we'll see y'all then.